Good evening, everyone. So a lot of queries about the CLAT form have come up, so I thought I should upload this video on basic things that you have to remember while you are working on the CLAT form. So we are going step by step on this PPT, especially for those who have just thought about giving the CLAT and have to fill up. You know, it is the common law admission test for admissions into the top NLUs, and we don't want your form to be rejected, so filling out the form becomes a key step. The CLAT consortium always gives us important dates, so remembering those dates is very important and following up on those dates. So enrollment process started from July 15th. The last date has been kept at a very far distance at October 15th. So remember that you must not rush, and if you have doubts, you can open your account and get the form corrected by us. And of course the date for the test is 1st December. So right now these are the crucial dates. After the test is conducted, there will be another set of crucial dates that is shared with the candidates on the email ID which they have with the CLAT consortium, which they form for the CLAT consortium. So if you have a stable email ID, you must fill that in the CLAT in your CLAT form. So all correspondence will happen through that email and your account. And the next set of crucial dates will be announced on the website after the test is done, which will be grievance redressal dates if you have any questions or grievances. And once the grievance redressal date, where challenges of questions date, once all this is done, then you can, then they will share with you the provisional answer key date and the final answer key and merit list dates. Please ensure that you know that you are eligible for this process. So the candidates definitely should be 10+2, either in the year of passing or passing, and your percentage is 45% because the exam happens before your board exams. Remember that for you the admission is provisional. Once you finish your boards and submit your mark sheet and pass certificate, they will grant you final admission. Earlier there was an age criteria, but now there is no upper limit age for CLAT 2025, and the eligibility is 45% for general category and 40% for any reserved categories. So once you start with the registration process, you have to register yourself on the CLAT consortium website. This is the website where your registration will happen, children. You have to start by clicking on the register button, fill in the essential requirements, which will be your name, email ID and phone number. Please remember the email ID should be one which is your staple email ID. You have to ensure that email ID will be your only process of communication with the CLAT consortium. So please ensure you have a stable email ID which you use, right? And of course, if you have changed passwords recently, put that down and ensure that this is non-negotiable. You have to create a password for your own registration process, and once you do that, once you click on register, everything else will be sent to you on your email ID. So as I said, if you are not a regular email ID user, which is strange, which I don't believe should happen to any of you, make sure that your email ID is well made and you have received some emails on it and you know what to do with it. Once the login credentials are given, fill in your name, number and email ID again, and then your personal details will follow. This will be name, date of birth as is on your high school mark sheet, gender, nationality and category. Please note, you must fill all this over here very carefully and cautiously. Of course, if you before the final submission date, you can change these details, but why should you not remember any of these staple details? And 10th, you will fill your details. 12th, if you are appearing, you will write down appearing on that, and you will put in the month that your result is expected. So remember, your exams go until March. Around May, your results come. So the month of passing will be May. If you are already through class 12th, then you already know your month of passing. And you have to upload the documents, which is passport size photograph, scanned signature, and any other certificates that you have claimed over there in your personal details. All right, so your recent passport size pictures, all the details of 10th and 12th if you have, otherwise only 10th, and scanned signature has to be uploaded. So you can sign the document, photograph it and upload it in the required format that has been specified. Now, choosing your preferences. If you have to select the order of NLUs, what should it be? Now, please remember, you cannot change this at this moment. You have to select the preferences or write down the preferences, which means that if the NLUs are filled up in the wrong order, then you have to live with it. Please note, after you have filled the preference list, you cannot change the order of NLUs. Alright, so the selection of NLUs has to be based on what you want to do, where you want to go. Otherwise, the order of NLUs should be in the order in which they are available on our website, which is, if I were you, I would put NLS Bangalore, followed by Nalsar Hyderabad, NUJS Kolkata. Alright, after that, I would go down to GNLU Gandhinagar or NLU Jodhpur based on which one you are looking at or which region you are looking at. So, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Kolkata should be the top 3 without any hesitation, followed by GNLU or NLU Jodhpur based on where you want to go. Alright, followed by HNLU Bhopal. That is HNLU Raipur and NLIU Bhopal. After that, since once this list is done, most people try to stick to the region from where they are. So people from NLU, people from Mumbai might want to put Mumbai after Kolkata or after Jodhpur and Gandhinagar. So that is again alright. So after the first 3, you can put Jodhpur or Gandhinagar wherever you feel it's whichever college you would want to be in, can be followed by Mumbai. Though Mumbai is new, HNLU is much older and so is NLIU. So again, because of a lot of reservation in NLIU, some people rather stick with Mumbai or HNLU. So these 3 can be decided by you as in terms of order. Then if I were you, I would put in RMLNLU Lucknow, Patiala, RGNLU Patiala. Again, Lucknow and Patiala, you can choose the region and put one or the other on top, followed by Cuttack, Kochi, and then towards the end, you can choose the region and fill in your NLUs. Alright, so this is my preference list for you. You can hear this part of the video again if you got confused. Next would be the exam centers. Please make sure to choose centers where after your first preference center you can reach in, if possible, within a few hours, like less than 3 to 4 hours. Alright, so if you have exam centers around your preferred center where it is 2 to 3 hours away or less than 5 hours away, please make sure that you fill that up. So don't go very far, otherwise you will have to leave a day early. Though if the center is more than 2 hours away or 3 hours away, it is best that you reach a day early so that you can relax over there and leave in the at a decent time in the morning. Since the paper usually happens in afternoon, 3 to 4 hours, at least centers that are 3 hours away can be traveled to on the day of the exam also. But again, depends on whether you are a good traveler, bad traveler, you can make those decisions. But yes, if the centers are more than 5 hours away, it will be advisable to go there a day early. Please remember, once you finally submit your form, it cannot be changed. Then the step 4 is application fee payment. The options that have been given for application fee payment is net banking or debit credit card or even UPI. And the fee for the CLAT filling of the CLAT form is 4,000 rupees for general category students and 3,500 rupees for category students. The fee payment is a very simple process. You have to punch in your card details or you have to make transfers through UPI. So which you keep doing for all your online shopping, and it follows pretty much the same order. There is a payment gateway and you go ahead and do the payment. Again, if there is a concern and you want to do this at our CP centers, you can bring in your cards and we can help facilitate this process for you. Please take a screenshot of the fee payment once it is successful and keep that as a document. In fact, every time you make payments of a nature where they decide your future, you should always carry screenshots for any clarification later. I have also shared document specifications. Please note the document size has to be JPEG 20 KB to maximum 50 KB, and trust me, your photographs will be well within size, right? So make sure that the specifications of the file format, which is JPEG, is maintained. No other file format will open on the computers if they have specified a format, so do not, if you're clicking for photos from iPhone, you can change the format to save the photo on the iPhone itself. And you have to take the copy of the signature, again uploaded as a JPEG file. Remember, the sign has to be on white paper with black ink. Make sure to use a fresh paper so that it is a clear signature, right? So there is a previewing option followed by a submission option. As I said, if you are not sure, you can help us preview your form and we will quickly check details and then you can upload it. And once you click on the submit page, it will send you a confirmation application number for future reference, which you have to save. So what can go wrong in your form? Trust me, every year I see many students come up with sob stories about, oh, I did not fill that correctly, oh, this does not match. Remember, any of these details, if they do not match with your high school certificate, then your admission will stand cancelled. You can keep proving you are the same person and you made an error, but these errors can cost you. So if any of the details do not match your high school certificate, your admission will stand cancelled. And maybe for documents you can still resend fresh documents, etc. But try to fill the form correctly in the first go and check all the details, cross-check them, involve your parents and go ahead and then fill it. And of course, try not to miss deadlines. We are doing this session now. We still have a deadline until October. Then another common question that I get asked is, should I fill up NRI sponsored seat? Yes, you can fill up NRI sponsored seat. The only thing is that that person should be ready to become your legal guardian, and you have to ensure, or at least on paper, it has to look like they are interested in sponsoring your admission, and therefore the fees has to be paid through that account. Whatever tie up your parents have with that person, I don't want to make assumptions, but if there is such a person who can sponsor your admission and is known or related to the family, right, that relationship is required at the time of the final admission, then you can fill this seat. So all you have to do is, you have to tick that option in the form. You have to write the same exam, and once the merit lists are announced, there is a separate merit list announced for NRI sponsored candidates and NRI candidates. So NRI candidates would be those whose parents are NRIs, but NRI sponsored, you and your family live in India, but there is someone related to you who is ready to sponsor your fees. If that can be worked out with someone, then you can tick the column for NRI sponsored category at this stage only. You can't not tick right now and then say, okay, what if I want to apply in it? No, that process is crystal clear. If you do not tick that option now, it is not available to you then. So please ensure that you think this through and then decide whether you want to submit an NRI sponsored form or not. Mostly the concern with NRI sponsored is that the fees is 3 times of the CLAT fees, of the college fees. So fees is a concern. However, a separate list for NRI candidates is released, and then you have, once you find that list and your name in that list with your NRI rank, whichever colleges are taking NRI ranks, you can fill the form for those colleges. The top college that takes NRI sponsored ranks is NUJS. Alright, then you have other colleges following it, including RML and LU Lucknow. So you must decide how you want to act in this process. Alright, so you can go to these colleges. In fact, I can show you. So there are almost, different seats for different NLUs. And the tuition fees is very, very high. But the top colleges that offer NRI, Kolkata has 20 seats, Bhopal has 27 seats, Gandhinagar has 16 seats, and Jodhpur has 16 seats. So these are the colleges for which the NRI sponsored seats make sense. And remember, if you have ticked the NRI sponsored category, for these colleges, your regular merit number will not work. They will treat you as NRI sponsored candidate, even though on your own merit you are getting this college seat. But they will not disregard the fact that you have applied under NRI sponsor, because they take that at this stage. So if you get a good merit and if you are eligible for better colleges other than these, you can go there. But if you are eligible for this college, you will have to pay the fees, that is the NRI fees. Then they will not treat you as a regular candidate. Alright. However, other colleges where this category is not there will treat you as a regular candidate. So you may decide to not use the NRI sponsored candidature, but then you have to forego these colleges and go to other colleges. I hope that is making sense to all of you. So as I said, think this through, assess your preparation, You can submit the form a little later, talk to people, talk to us, talk to your mentors, and then decide if you want to take this option or not. So I have answered these questions. You will get a regular merit. There in the merit list, your regular rank will be given, but your NRI rank will also be given, and but your fees will be the NRI quota fees. So this I have already shown you. Then we have another category which many kids would usually take up or apply, which is the economically weaker section category. There are lots of seats under economically weaker section categories, and the merit for these seats is also sometimes declared separately, but you get a regular merit rank. The benefit of this option, if you tick in the CLAT form, is that you have a chance of getting discounts on your fees, and a separate merit list for persons with disability category is also taken out. If you meet this criteria and there is a handicap or a disability that prevents you from taking the exam in normal circumstances, you will also apply. You can also apply here. You may choose both these options as well if you fulfill the criteria of more than one option. Please remember, if you are taking these options, you must fill in the upload the certificates here, because then they will use that at the time of your admission. Just a quick go through of the seats. So the EWS seats in Bangalore in the top 10 law schools is the maximum, followed by Hyderabad and then Bhopal. Of course, different universities have their own OBC seats, and SC/ST seats are nationally taken up. However, after Bhopal, the other universities do not have the EWS category. Then you have EWS in Patiala, Gandhinagar and Visakhapatnam. The OBC category is missing in Patiala, Kochi, Odisha for both the courses. Then you have EWS in Maharashtra, which is the Mumbai Law School, the Nagpur Law School, right? Aurangabad as well. And the state OBC is there. There is also Sonipat and Silvassa that have 6 and 12 seats respectively for EWS. So these are horizontal reservation, these are vertical reservations, which means that these seats will be filled up only by those specific category students. So the merit list keeps on moving up for the students as well. So make sure whatever other ticks you are putting in, whether it is sponsorships or EWS, you have to upload necessary documents for EWS and any other categories that you apply for, along with the PWD category. Please get these certifications done properly. These documents are seen and then only are you put as a candidate in those categories. So, as I said, till the last date, you're eligible to log in with the credentials that you receive on email, your email ID and password. You can change your email password as well. With those credentials, you can change the form until the final date of submission is given. And the changes date cannot happen on an everyday basis. Once a basic date or time is gone, you will be given a window of usually 2 to 3 days to correct any errors. Those dates will be announced, so be patient. Of course, you can reset passwords like you reset passwords all the time, And you can call us for any other help with respect to the CLAT form. If you are a CP student, or if you are not a CP student also, you can walk into any of our centers and help us and let us help you fill the CLAT form. Right? So I hope that answers all your questions as far as the CLAT 2025 form is concerned. The steps are registration, followed by filling the form with basic details, followed by choosing preferences, payment, reviewing, submitting. You can review it later once the window dates for corrections are given. And remember, it is always better to ask for help than make mistakes. That is all from my side. Thank you and have a great evening, guys.